Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Cory. Thanks for coming to hang out with me for another Clash of Clans video. Today, we're going to be talking about the difference between farm bases and war bases. And this is really going to have a huge effect on what kind of attack strategy that you're going to use. So it's very important that you be able to determine whether you're facing a farm base or whether you're facing a war base. Let's get into it right now.
Nerf this!
In this video, we're going to be using Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 10 bases as an example. Going to try and help you guys figure out how to determine what kind of base you're facing, and that's going to help you determine what kind of attack strategies might work for you. So our first couple examples, we're going to stick with Town Hall 11. Now, let's check out this base. WHF Rising matched against the Farm Pandas. So pretty good indicator that a lot of their bases are going to be farm bases. And guys, when I'm talking about farm bases, I'm not talking about the base that you're going to hit when you're switching around. So these are all technically war bases. People are using them as war bases. But anytime a war content creator is talking about farm bases, there's a good chance he's talking about old meta bases or just bases that aren't up to snuff. So let's take a look at this Town Hall 11 right here. And guys, this is definitely a farm base. How can you tell? You know, a lot of times the Town Hall on the inside, if it's anything below a Town Hall 12, is a good indicator, but there's a lot of other indicators as well. If you look at these big open compartments right here, really common throughout the base. You just wall break in real easy, and you're gonna give up a ton of value. Also, look at the funneling. There's really not much trash on the outside of this buildings, not a lot of mystery. So any one of these compartments you'd want to enter into, which you could do any with a wall wrecker or a stone slant, or or blimp, because the Town Hall's in the center. The funneling's going to be really easy. They're really not making it difficult. Any of these angles you want to come in from, it's going to be pretty easy to funnel because of the big compartments. You're going to get a ton of value. So once you've identified a farm base, another thing you want to look at is how many of the storages are inside. Look at this. Every single storage in this whole base is inside of the base. Now, those are really high hit point buildings, so that's going to change your attack strategy. That's going to be effective. Because if you look at some of the new meta strategies like Queen Charge Miners or Drag Bat, well, Miners and Dragons don't differentiate between defenses and point storages like this gold storage right here. So as they're moving through the base, they're going to get stuck on each one of these storages for quite a while. And that's going to make things like Dragons and Miners less effective on a farm base, because if they have to get through all these storages while the defenses are hitting them, it's not good, guys. It's not good. It's going to hold them up for a long time. So if you've identified a farm base, chances are your best strategies to take these things down are going to be some variation of Lava Loon or a variation of Hogs. You know, and every base is different, don't get me wrong, so you're going to have to figure out how big your kill squad has to be. What kind of siege machine do you want to use? Maybe a Stone Slammer, maybe a wall wrecker, or on this one, he's actually going to do an electron attack, which is kind of a new meta attack, but it's just another version of Lava Loon, you guys. The thing about Hogs and Loons is they don't care about the storages inside of the base. They're going to move through the defenses only, so they're going to move through just as fast as they would if there was just gaps in the base, you know what I mean? Because they're going to completely ignore those storages in there, and they're going to be able to move through the base just fine. Another aspect of farm bases, you guys, is the pathing. The pathing is generally pretty easy. Look at this. We got an air defense right next to a wizard tower. We got wizard towers on the outside, air defense a little further in. So you're going to be able to path hounds across a lot of these defenses. Look at that. It's distracting that wizard tower right there. The loons are going to come in and sneak up on it. And look at the hound pathing, guys. All those air defenses are tucked in a little bit. That just makes the hounds really effective at tanking for those loons. And, nice easy pathing for those loons coming in. Gonna make for some nice easy triples. So guys, if you're facing a farm base, don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Stick with Lava Loons, stick with Hogs, and you're gonna be wrecking all these bases. You know, a lot of times you're gonna hear when I'm talking about the #1 attack strategy, guys, what I'm talking about is in war clans against new meta bases, and it's different. It's different than what's going to work well against farm bases, so keep that in mind. Nice triple from Goblin here. Nice easy triple. Honestly, we face a lot of these type of clans and bases over my other clan, Royal Redcoats, and it makes for some fast, easy attack plans. It's nice. Now let's take a look at a little bit more of a new meta base, give you guys reference point, and then we're going to end on Town Hall 10, and I'm going to show you a farm base at Town Hall 10, and then a newer meta base at Town Hall 10, and help you guys differentiate between those. So here we go. Actually, in the same war, what you're going to find is even in these farm clans, there's going to be a few guys in there that have copied bases from, competitive clans, that sort of thing. So I'm not saying this base is great. It's definitely not great. It's got a lot of issues, but it's not as farmy as the base that we just saw. Look at all these storages around the outside. All right. Now the thing about putting storages around the outside is it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to funnel those because they have high hit points. But check this out. On this one, he's going to be able to use Queen Charge Miner. Once again, we have a Town Hall on the inside, so it might be confusing, but look how many storages are inside the base. We've got 1, 2, I think there was a third one I saw earlier too that was actually inside the base, but there's just not that much extra stuff inside the base. So attacks like dragons or miners, they're going to be able to move through the main portion of the defenses a little bit faster, a little more efficiently, and that's why those new meta attack strategies are going to be more effective on this type of base. There we go. There's that third storage I saw there earlier. So that's been a pretty reliable indicator. You just got to understand that if you're facing an old meta base, or farm base as we like to call them in the competitive clans, and I've been sitting here telling you that Queen Charge Miners is so strong and Dragbat's still very strong, and you're failing on these old meta bases, that's because it's a whole different game. So old meta bases, stick with the Hog, stick with the Lalo. Newer meta bases with fewer storages on the inside, then you're going to have more attack strategies that are going to work well, like Queen Charge Miners, dragons, and there's a lot more other strategies out there. Don't get me wrong, every base is different, but these are some general rules to help you kind of, figure out what's going to work for you. Man, I really like that, taking out that single target Inferno right there. That single target Inferno is trying to defend a Queen Charge down these channels, and anytime you can just take one of those out with one of your siege machines, it's usually a pretty good trade to give your Queen access to so much stuff from these open channels up the base. Miners working along the other side, and those storages actually for quite a while were taken out by the Barbarian King, just doing some free funneling out there. And now coming in to the last little part of this base. Guys, I think I might ×2 it through the rest of it. There we go. Queen's going to survive this one. She's still got her ability. Yeah, she's definitely surviving this raid. There's really not much else that's going to stop this raid. Once she gets out of here, she can reach all the rest of the buildings in here except for this Town Hall, but miners are taking that down. I don't even know if he's going to have to use his Queen ability. Yeah, base is wrecked. Alright guys, let's hop down to Town Hall 10, and we're going to take a look at another farm base, give you guys another example. So here's another Town Hall 10 example. Holy farm base. Look at this thing. This is such an old base. Oh my gosh. This is probably the one he also uses for farming. Look at that Dark Elixir storage protected on the inside. Doesn't matter for war, guys. Doesn't matter for war. Now, Falcon's going to use a Queen Charge Lava Loon attack on this, which is, a newer meta attack strategy, sure, but did he have to use that? No. You could take this base down so many ways, so very simply. Let's look at Lava Loon first of all. Look at that. The air defenses are all right next to Wizard Towers, so anytime you pop you sit a Hound on this air defense, or this air defense, or this air defense, or this air defense, those Wizard Towers are taken out of commission, guys. That makes for such a nice, easy Lava Loon. It's not even funny. Look at these sweepers, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, I can already tell you right here. I just come in with a wall wrecker right here. Come in here, take out all this stuff, including the enemy queen, and then add such a nice circular Lalo behind the sweepers the whole time. Just moving this way throughout the base. Everything's going to be tanked. The multi-target's already taken out. All right, there's one option. If you wanted to do hogs, you could do that too. These buildings are like free funneling out here. Golem here. Golem here, bring in your wall wrecker, get it in deep, get some of this stuff here in the core. You're gonna reach both of those heroes. Look at that. both of those heroes from this area right in here. Get your kill squad in there, and then all you have to do is hog this last little back half right here. So many options with a farm base. What I would not use is newer meta strategies like Queen Charge Miner, because once again, guys, look at the storages. Every single one of the storages in that base is inside of it. It's going to slow down your miners, going to slow down your dragons, not going to slow down hogs or lava loons. So that's pretty consistent indicators. Where are those storages at in the base? If it's got them all on the inside, it's going to change your attack strategy. So yeah, I'm gonna times 2 through this whole attack, because, you know, once again, I think he just queen charged this for fun, because there's so many different ways to take down this old meta kind of base, you know what I mean? Yeah, nice little queen charge in there. I like how he broke all the way into the center ring. Look at this center ring right here. He's gonna be able to reach like everything, like every defense in this entire base can literally be reached from inside this ring. Oh my goodness. But once again, you know, you might hear me saying how strong Queen Charge Miners is and go to use it on an old meta base and fall short and wonder why would Cory mislead me like this? Well, guys, it's because I cover war bases with you know, new meta war attack strategies, and it's just going to be a lot different than what works for the farm bases. Look at that queen in there, gosh. There we go. Nice, easy Lalo coming in through the rest of this base. Used most of his spells up on the queen charge, but it's not going to matter. Look how many loons he's going to have left on this. So many loons left over. Just absolutely wrecked. Honestly, guys, it's a nice break when you get to hit a base like this, because it's just like a free triple. I love it. But it gets old after a while. The only reason I love hitting these things is because I have to focus on hard bases in WHF so much. So now let's check out this last example of a new meta Town Hall 10 and with a new meta attack strategy used to take it down. Here's our final example of video of a war base at Town Hall 10. Now, I'm not saying it's a great war base. I'm not sure. Probably not so great. It doesn't look very difficult, but guys, check this out. We got a town hall on the outside. We got a bunch of storages on the outside, although that's not always a clear indicator. We got king and queen. They're together, but they're on the backside by the town hall. You're not going to be able to grab both those with a wall wrecker easy. It's going to be a little tricky, all right? We got air defenses away from the splash damage, so that's going to make a lava loon a little trickier. Now, could you destroy this base with hogs or lava loon? Yeah, sure, definitely. No doubt. But it's going to be a lot trickier, and once you see that it's going to be tricky to get your value that you're going to need for lava loon and hogs, which is enemy CC, enemy queens, some better value and pathing, when that becomes more difficult to do, that's a good sign that you're facing a war base and not a farm base. So we're going to see Queen Charge Miner attack come in. Once again, we've got most of the storages, most of the trash buildings on this base along the outside, and what that does is that's going to make it more difficult to create your funnel for a kill squad going in, for a queen walk or queen charge walking in a certain direction. But once you do establish that funnel, then it's going to also leave a lot less buildings on the inside of this base for your miners, dragons, or whatever to get through. So there we go. That's why this one's going to be a good candidate for Queen Charge Miner. We don't have a ton of storages on the inside, slowing stuff down. So look, I mean, he definitely has to expend a lot of troops on a funnel. He had a bowler, an arch, wizard, also had a baby dragon out here, you know. So he's having to invest heavily in that funnel because whoever designed this base tried to make it more difficult to create that funnel right there, which is fine, you know, and that's usually a good sign that you're dealing with a war base and not a farm base. When your entry's a little tricky, when your funnel is going to be tricky to create, but as long as you can spend the extra troops on getting that funnel created, you're going to have a lot more attack strategies that are going to work well for you on that base in the end. So there we go, queen charging in, taking out some nice value right here. Gonna be able to reach 2 more expos and a cannon, possibly the enemy queen from in there as well. King's taking care of this trash, along with a P.E.K.K.A that's getting distracted. Miners are able to move through the base, focusing on the defenses inside the walls, not getting stuck on a ton of storage buildings in there. So yeah, that's why that's gonna be a good option for this base. Nice rage heal down on the miners there so they can get through that enemy queen, through that splash damage as well. That bomb tower definitely needed to heal. There's a lot of skellies with the queen and some high hit point defenses in there as well, so the rage heal was a nice touch there. Look at that P.E.K.K.A. It's all gone all the way out to the other side of the base now. Oh my goodness. We got one or two healers left healing, you know, switching off between the P.E.K.K.A. and the queen. Just not a heck of a lot of base left, you know, when there's a lot of stuff on the outside, including defenses. Things like P.E.K.K.A. or King are actually going to get a lot of value walking around the base. So there we go. Let's fast forward through the rest of this. Guys, honestly, it can be difficult if you don't know what you're doing. If you're a newer attacker, or at least not a highly experienced one, it can be a little difficult to tell a farm base from a non-farm base. But I hope that I've given you some tips and some things to think about, because when I tell you that Queen Charge Miners is super effective, I mean it's super effective against the clans that we face. You know, if you're matching nothing but farm clans and farm bases, then hang back, stick with Kill Squad Hogs, Kill Squad Lava Loon. With those two attacks right there, you're going to be able to destroy pretty much every farm base out there. So hope that I helped you make that distinction. And with that, guys, if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, because I'm making new Clash of Clans videos for you guys every single day. Also, check out the details below my videos when you get a chance in there. I've got links to all my social media right up here at the top of the screen, including my Discord server. Best way to get a hold of me is my Discord server, hands down. Also, WHF Family Recruiting Discord server. You know, if you want to see nothing but war bases all the time, which is where you really start improving as an attacker, WHF Family is an amazing place to clash, you guys. Max 12s, 11s, and 10s, but especially max 11s and 10s we could use right now. And you're going to find all those links in the description below all my videos. So with that, guys, hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.